My name is Greg Sharrow. I'm the founder and CEO of Sharrow Engineering and Sharrow Marine. And what we have done is we have reinvented the propeller. It's considered the first major advancement in propeller technology in over 2 centuries. If you look behind me, you can see a propeller that doesn't have a tip. So because we don't have a tip, we don't have traditional tip vortices. Without traditional tip vortices, you don't have the induced loss that comes with traditional tip vortices, and you also don't have the noise that comes with traditional tip vortices. Traditional tip vortices cause a lot of noise and vibration, and we can make a propeller up to 20 dB quieter, which, as you know, is a massive noise reduction, just by eliminating and or dramatically reducing those tip vortices. So we're based here in Michigan, where Detroit specifically, and we manufacture all of our stainless steel propellers here and all of our aluminum propellers here. We moved production and engineering here in 2020. The company started in 2012 when I was walking my dog one day and had a wild idea for a tipless propeller. And now we have over 160 patents around the world. We either have a patent or a pending patent in every country in the entire world that has 2 or more shipyards. And so that protects the technology and gives us an incredible opportunity to bring manufacturing back to the United States. And that has always been my #1 goal since starting the company. And then bringing it to here in Detroit in 2020 was the fruition of that dream to stand up manufacturing here. We started in a small 2,000 square foot facility, and then we expanded to a 24,000 square foot facility. And just a couple days ago, we announced an expansion to a 60,000 square foot facility, which will give us the ability to go up to 2,000 propellers a month, which is still just the tip of the iceberg for an industry that sees 2 million outboard propellers sold a year. That doesn't even take into consideration the propellers that are sold to the inboard market, or for HVAC, or for windmills, or for fans, or for inline flow. And so we started in the marine sector, but the technology is applicable to anything and everything in the world that is a rotary device, a propeller. And so our goal is to replace every propeller on Earth that could and should be replaced by a Sharrow propeller with a Sharrow propeller. We're at the beginning of that stages here with marine, but we're going into other market sectors. And that's one of the reasons we're here at REINDUSTRIALIZE, because this is a place where you can meet other people, other companies, whether it be commercial or defense or recreational, that are looking to increase the capacity of the United States manufacturing, and they are looking to manufacture in very, very interesting ways that include advanced manufacturing, additive manufacturing, and those are the technologies that we employ. And it's one of the reasons that we were able to go from an idea to a foothold in a market that hasn't seen an innovation in 2 centuries by embracing these advanced manufacturing technologies.
And take us back to 2012 when you had this idea, and then you did further research and you realized no one's tackling this new innovation. What was going through your mind?
So I was trying to solve the problem of tip vortices, unwanted noise that drones make, because I wanted to fly a drone over an orchestra. I have a degree in classical composition from Berkeley, and I had a career for 15 years as an executive producer and director focused on broadcasting orchestras all over the world. And I wanted to fly a drone over one of the orchestras that I was filming, but I couldn't because it was too noisy. So I just told myself I was going to invent a noiseless drone, and that made me think about solving the problem of the tip vortices. And so while I was asking myself the question, what would a tipless propeller look like and how would it function? This idea popped in my head when I was walking my dog in Fairmount Park in Philadelphia in 2012. And that was the beginning of the journey. And like I said, again, 160 patents now and 30 employees. We're looking to double that number in the next 2 to 3 years with our expansion. It's been quite a wild ride to go from duct tape to actually making something here in Detroit City.
Yep. Classical music to the maritime and propeller industry.
Yeah.
And talking about the propeller industry, we're here at Reindustrialize. A lot of talk about defense. What are some defense use cases for your propeller?
Propellers are used in defense every day for anything underwater, anything flying, and anything that's on the surface. And so our technology can be used for a wide range of anything and everything that needs to be moved through fluid, and you need it to be efficient and you need to be quiet. And so we've been working with the DoD since 2021, and we're currently working on multiple government and military contracts. And we just began working with Anduril. We announced a collaboration at Sea, Air, and Space for their Copperhead 500 AUV, an incredible opportunity for Sharrow. And we've been working on that it's been an amazing opportunity.
Andrew, in one way, kind of reinvented the defense space, a new prime, right? And Sharrow is reinventing the propeller industry, right? So how did that collaboration come about, and kind of why was Andrew the right partner?
Anduril is an incredible partner because what they want to do is create cutting edge technology and give it put it in the hands of the warfighter. And that's exactly what Sharrow wants to do. So we are 100% aligned with putting cutting edge technology into the hands of the warfighter and equipping them with everything they need to do the best job that they possibly can and do it in the most efficient way possible and be as quiet as possible when they're doing it. And so it's a collaboration that began last year and is continuing now. We're really excited about it.
And could you talk about that scale manufacturing process? You've grown a lot, new facilities, etc. What does that process look like? Are you integrating automation? What's the labor force looking like?
When you talk about process, you always want the best process for everything you're doing. So we look at everything from the people who are doing the work to the technology that we're using, the software that we're using, and we're making constant upgrades. We write our own software, we use off the shelf when required, and we operate in the most efficient way possible, and we're constantly reevaluating that as we move forward. And we're always reevaluating their processes so we can make things faster, cheaper, and better.
And what does the next 5 to 10 years look like for Sharrow Marine? Are you expanding to other end markets, new product lines? What does that look like?
Our goal at Sharrow is to not just Sharrow Marine, but Sharrow Engineering is our parent company, patent holding entity. Sharrow Marine is the first subsidiary of Sharrow Engineering. And we plan to grow new subsidiaries in energy and in defense. We're already starting the defense work now. We have been, but we're breaking out a new division of the company for defense and commercial. And so there are so many opportunities for the technology. It's really daunting if you think about it. We had to start somewhere. We started in marine, but we're growing into HVAC. We're growing into renewable energy. We're growing into inline flow. We're growing into drones. The original inspiration for the technology was to fly a drone over an orchestra. And so we're developing drones now. You're going to start seeing the Sharrow Propeller on multiple different vehicles and beyond just marine. And it's all going to be happening in the next 2 to 5 years. You see more and more of that. And again, our goal is to replace every propeller on Earth that could and should be a Sharrow propeller with a Sharrow propeller. So that starts with making sure you have the right team, making sure you have the right process, making sure you have everything that you need from a capital perspective to grow. And that's one of the reasons we're so attracted to Detroit, because we find those resources here. I'm born and raised in Detroit, left when I was 18, invented this technology outside of Detroit, but when it came time to actually build, this is where I wanted to be, because this is where people still know how to build things. If you want to build something that's difficult, Detroit is still the best place on earth to do it, and that's why we're here. Almost everybody who walks through here, and manufactures something for defense, has manufactured something for defense that either swims through the water, floats above water, or flies through the air. And so we find a lot of excitement for the technology and what it can bring. We're also meeting people who help with manufacturing. And just this week alone, we've met multiple people who can help with our castings. We've met multiple people who can help with machining processes, different materials, drone blade materials. We met all of them here. And so it's been a great melting pot for us so far, same as last year. We met so many people last year who brought that same level of excitement to what we're trying to do, and vice versa. We're seeing that times probably 3 this year. So I'm excited for next year, what that's going to bring.
Well, thank you so much, Sharrow Marine, Sharrow Engineering. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.